My name is Chef Baxtrom. I'm the chef and owner of Olmsted Maisonniaki. We have a bakery called Patti named after my mother, and we're about to open up a restaurant in Rockefeller Center. My story is long and random. It's primarily fine dining. There was a period where I had worked at 6 of the top 10 restaurants in the world, within a few years. Those restaurants eventually became easy for me to work at. I attribute that to just the way I was raised, being in the Boy Scouts for a very long time. There are a lot of parallels, surprisingly. Was very involved with sort of environmental stuff, sustainability, quality. It was really eye-opening to realize that I really didn't know anything. Sustainability is just a very broad term now. Are we talking environmental or longevity of the business or my own sanity? They're not the same conversation. When I opened this restaurant, I had no money. I was like, we're gonna have composting. Composting is more expensive than just throwing it in a landfill. I just couldn't get someone to do it because I couldn't pay them. So it took 6 months before we could compost. You just try, you just kind of do your best. And as long as you keep persevering, then hopefully it pays off. And now I have 4 restaurants that compost. I have 4 restaurants that spend most of the money it makes on either staff or at the farmer's market. For me, that's a huge point of pride. Perfect Day is an animal-free dairy that we are playing around with here at Olmsted. And using the egg replacer and some of the cream cheese, we made a bright green dill Spaetzle batter. All the ingredients that you would typically have beef stroganoff with. So it's like mushrooms and tarragon, mustard, and you honestly can't tell the difference at all once you actually have the product. It tastes the same. If you're selling this great Spaetzle Stroganoff and it happens to be made with a sustainable dairy replacement, it's just a win-win then. Especially in this neighborhood. People want to be healthy. People want to cut things out when they can without being inconvenienced of it. And then you're consuming that like it's an ingredient that you're really working into a recipe that reacts the same way as sort of its natural product. I like Perfect Day because at all of the restaurants, we sort of have this rule of 5 to 6 vegan, gluten-free options for our guests. A customer should be able to come in and be vegan or gluten-free or both and have up to 5 or 6 things, including dessert. These products tend to help a lot. As I get further into this industry, there's not a playbook. Getting your first restaurant is infinitely difficult. Having that thing last more than 2 years is a miracle. Everything else is just grit that's holding it together.